Hola, es miércoles, es tiempo para la lección de Maestro Miércoles. Bienvenidos, yo soy Leslie Foster de Common Ground International. Welcome. If you're a teacher that needs to learn Spanish in order to communicate with your students in the classroom and their families outside the classroom, you're in the right place. I give you free Spanish lessons for you to test out and use and improve your Spanish in order to have better communication and mutual partnerships with your Spanish-speaking families. So, bienvenidos. Okay, estamos en una serie, a lesson, una unidad about manejo de aula, a little unit about classroom management skills. Y hoy vamos a enfocarnos en los mandatos, commands. You think of all the times in your classroom where you have to tell students what to do, whether it's in a polite way or very direct or indirect, but you're often instructing students what they need to do. So let's jump right into commands and give you some examples, okay? So primero vamos a repasar los mandatos, a quick review of how to form the grammar of commands, okay? And then instrucciones para toda la clase. I put out a survey out there asking, what do you often have to tell your whole class in Spanish that you don't know how to say? So we're going to go over that. And then group instructions as well. Okay, so tres partes de esta lección. Primero, los mandatos. Hay tres segmentos que tienen que memorizar para los mandatos. Primero, los verbos in el to affirmativo, so positive to commands, okay? Then there's negative to commands, and then there's the plural, which we're going to get to. But positive to commands, here's how you form a command when you're using the to form. So when you're talking to one student, okay, in your classroom. So you put the verb in the present tense usted form, like comer is just come. So if you need to say eat, come, okay? If you need to say talk, habla, okay? If you need to say put away your things, acomoda los materiales de la escuela. So put away or arrange or organize your school materials, okay? So it's pretty easy. So instead of the S, which is our regular to form, this adds a little bit more of a punch. You're commanding the student what they need to do, and it's a perfectly culturally fine thing to do. It's part of the Spanish-speaking language and culture, and we do it in English as well. So that is the to affirmativo. The to negativo has a different formation, okay? When you think of don't do that, do this but don't do that, do this but don't do that, we're talking about the don't do, okay? That part, that makes it negativo. So there's tres pasos en la formación de este mandato. Número uno, put the verb in the present tense yo form. So you guys all know how to conjugate tener to have. I have is tengo, right? Okay, and then you drop the O. So tengo, you drop the O, adios O, okay? And then you add what I like to say opposite endings, but here they are. Tener ends in ER, so then you add an AS. So tengas. So you have tengo, drop the O, okay, and then add AS, tengas. Unos ejemplos. Comer, okay, put it in the yo form, como, okay, then it's an ER verb, so no comas. No comas en el baño, por favor. No comas en esta clase, por favor. Don't eat in this class, okay. Poner, to put, okay. In the yo form, es pongo, okay. So drop the O, no pongas. No pongas papel dentro del inodoro. No pongas la tarea en el suelo. Okay, so don't put that where it's not supposed to be. Exactamente. Okay, so we have the to affirmativo, the to negativo, and these are little steps to help you memorize how to conjugate it. And I'm going through this quickly, I know. And then we have the formal commands, not formal, perdón, the plural commands, usted and ustedes, okay? Well, the usted is the formal, and then the ustedes is plural commands, so more than one person, okay? So it's a little bit different, but you're still going to get it. So you put the verb in the present tense yo form again, so we have tener, okay, tengo, okay, drop the O, and then you add the following endings, okay? So for AR verbs that end in AR, it's E or en, okay? And ER and IR, it's A or AN. So, por ejemplo, escribir, okay, put it in escribo, and then add the opposite ending, escribe. If you want to say usted escribe, or ustedes, you're talking to toda la clase, you're saying write that down. Escriben esta información muy importante, okay? Escriben. Excelente. To read, leer, okay, so you have leer is an ER verb, put in the O from leo, drop the O, lean, okay, so escriban y lean. Those are unos ejemplos de mandatos in forma de usted y ustedes. Okay, por supuesto hay verbos irregulares in los mandatos. So in the to affirmative, here are our irregular ones. Decir just changes to di, okay? So tell me, dime, okay? Tell me. Salir, sal. Salir is to leave, sal. So sal de la clase, okay? Hacer, haz. So do that, hazlo. Ser is say. Ir is ve, tener, ten, poner, pon, venir, ven. I'm going to teach you a little mnemonic here soon that my son in his Spanish class taught me, okay, with these two affirmatives. And then in the two negatives, they're pretty much all irregular, so there's no additional ones that you need to consider. But for the usted and ustedes, here's a little rhyme, okay? Haya, vaya, sepa, sea, de, este, cha-cha-cha. So if you can remember that little rhyme, haya, vaya, sepa, sea, de, este, cha-cha-cha. Okay, so haya, haber, vaya is ir, sepa, se, saber, perdón, sea, ser, de, den is dar, and estar is estén. Cha-cha-cha, no es un verbo. Okay, so eso es lo que mis hijos me enseñaron. Todos conocen Vin Diesel, right? You know about him, you've heard of him, right? So Vin Diesel has 10 weapons, eh? Okay, so Vin Diesel has 10 weapons, eh? You got it? That's a way to memorize it, okay? Then we have another chunk of irregular ones. There's a lot of mucha gramática en esta lección, but we're going to try to memorize it and do as best as we can. But this is the car, gar, zar, okay, verb bunch here. So these verbs require spelling changes in order to preserve the pronunciation, okay? So unos ejemplos, verbos que terminen en car, algunos, the C changes to QU. So tocar, toque, okay, no toques. Gar, the GAR, the G changes to GU, okay? Llegar es un ejemplo, no llegues. Zar, the Z changes to C, okay? Un ejemplo, no empieces, no empieces. Okay, so there you go with the car, gar, zar verbs. Y finalmente, you have all heard someone say, dímelo, dígamelo, tell it to me, or give it to me, right? Or hazlo, háganlo, do it. Okay, what is this lo or may, and how do you know where to put it? So here's a quick rule. When they're affirmative commands, okay, not negative, affirmative, then the pronoun goes at the end. It's all kind of smashed together, okay? So, unos ejemplos, ponlo, put it on. Hazlo, do it. Siéntate, sit down. And then levántate, stand up, get up. Okay, but negative commands, they go before the verb. And someone once explained to me, it's like when you're in trouble, your parents say, don't do that, and they really emphasize it. It's all spread out. But when everything's going well, it's really quick. Do that. Give me that. Da, 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 da. Okay. So in Español, the pronouns go in front. No lo pongas. Okay. Don't put that there. No lo hagas. Don't do it. No te sientes. Don't sit down. No te levantes. Don't stand up. Okay, so unos ejemplos of where the pronoun goes. If this is too much for you, just focus on memorizing the endings of the three segments of the command forms. Okay, Y tengo algunos recursos para ustedes if you like to learn and memorize by song. Here's some links on our YouTube channel about irregular Spanish verb songs and then irregular Spanish verbs in the imperative, in the command form. Okay, so you can look at that. Now, let's put this into practice. All this gramática vamos a aplicarlo. So, cuando tienen que dar instrucciones a toda la clase, to the entire classroom. Por ejemplo, ¿puedo ir al baño? And you've said that a million times. Probably at the beginning of the school year, you know, you set up your school rules and expectations. And here's how you can answer that question using a mandato. So, agarrar is to grab or to get or to obtain, okay? So, to form, agarra el pase para ir al baño. Grab the pass and go to the bathroom, okay? And de ustedes, plural, agarren. You see la diferencia, agarra, agarren, okay? El pase para ir al baño. Otro ejemplo, profe, ¿dónde entrego la tarea? Where do I turn in my homework? Okay, entregar is to turn in. So to entrega la tarea en la canasta, turn in your homework in la canasta, in the basket. Or if you're talking to the whole class, if the whole class has forgotten where to turn in their homework, entreguen la tarea en la canasta or in la carpeta or en línea, online, entreguen is how it changes in the mandato. Okay, hacer filas, when we talk about getting in line, that's another great time when we have to give commands to our students. And this is all coming from feedback from my Maestro Mirkulis group. You guys spoke about what areas in the transitions in your classroom throughout the day that you need to give commands, and these are the segments right here. Pero hacer filas, ponerse is to put yourself, okay, in this case, in a line. So we're going to take the verb poner with the se at the end. Ponte en fila is the to form. Ponte en fila para el almuerzo. So get yourself in line. Or toda la clase, pónganse en fila para ir al almuerzo. Okay, pónganse is the whole class. Get in line, pónganse. Okay. Como, when you have to remind the students, como actuamos cuando entramos clase. Clase. Como actuamos cuando entramos clase. They're all hyper after PE or lunch, and you have to remind them, how do we act when we enter this classroom? Como actuamos. Okay? Entren la clase y empiecen. There's the CAR rule. Empiecen el trabajo de la mañana. So enter the class and start your work for the morning. These are both commands. Hazlo ahora. If you have an anticipatory set at the beginning, it's often called hazlo ahora, the do now, right now. Okay, do now. So they come in, they sit down, get out their work, and they do the do now, hazlo ahora. And then cuando terminen, when they finish, pueden, they can go on to their next. Okay, una maestra en este grupo asked me, how do you say think, pair, share? Okay, in español. So we have piensa, júntate, get together, y comparte, share. So piensa, think, júntate, get together, pair up, get together, and comparte is think, pair, share. Okay, otros ejemplos that you guys asked how to know. Saquen los libros, get your books out, or sacan los portapapeles, your binders, or las carpetas, your folders. Abran los libros, open your books, novels, Levántense, stand up, siéntense, sit down. Miren la pizarra, look at the board. Okay, presten atención. You guys have seen those now a few times. Okay, más instrucciones that you asked. Habla con tu compañero. So how do you say turn and talk? Okay, we often have these expressions that we use in English in the classroom, but they don't necessarily translate literally into Spanish. So it's just habla a tu compañero. Okay. Trabajen en grupos, group work. Expliquen lo que están pensando. Explain what you're thinking. Expliquen lo que están pensando. Trabajen independientes. Work alone, some independent work time. Usen los detalles del texto. Use the details from the text. Okay. Usen el contexto. Use context clues. Usen el contexto. Y finalmente vamos a pasar unas slides en trabajo de estaciones, so group work, okay? Trabajo de estación. Oftentimes you have to tell them when it's time to switch, when it's time to move to the next station, and how do you give those commands in Espanol? Okay, es hora de rotar. So you can use that long phrase, it's time to rotate, es hora de rotar, or roten. You can just say roten, rotate to the entire class, roten. Okay, cambien estaciones, switch stations, cambien estaciones. Or to get it started, pónganse en grupos. Get yourselves in groups of tres or cuatro. Pónganse en grupos de tres, cuatro. Okay, so, and then una profesora me compartió esto. We have the mnemonic in English, groups. The G is for get along, the R is for respect others, the O is for on-task behaviors, the U is for use quiet voices, the P is for participate, and the S is for staying in your group. In Espanol, it's not the same. We can't keep that same mnemonic. But if you have this posted in your classroom somewhere, you can definitely translate it. So for get along, llévense bien. For respect others, respétense unos a otros. On task behavior, enfóquense. Okay, use quiet voices, hablen en voz baja. Participate, participen. Stay in your group. Quédense en sus grupos. Okay, mucho vocabulario y mucha gramática en esta lección. I'm leaving you with a professional challenge, un reto profesional. ¿Cómo van a aplicar este vocabulario? Get it out of your head. If you need to watch this lesson several times, go for it. But apply it. It doesn't matter if you're making mistakes in the classroom with your Spanish language. Just that's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to mejorar and improve. Pónganse sus instrucciones. Put your classroom instructions in Espanol. Test out the commands forms and put your rutinas in Espanol. Arriesguense. Take the risk. Open your mouth. Try. And let us know how it's going. Please comment. Give us feedback, interactions. Y hasta la próxima lección. Ciao.